Hello student, welcome to all of you. This is the first lesson of your English book Flamingo, and the lesson name is The Portrait of a Lady, written by Khushwant Singh. And Khushwant Singh, who was a very famous Indian writer, poet and person. And he wrote many books. Among his books, there was a book which name was A Train to Pakistan, and for this he got so many awards like Padam Shri, Padam Bhushan and many more. So here is the story, The Portrait of a Lady, and through this story he is trying to reveal the relationship of his and his grandmother, who was a very kind gentle lady. And so let's see what is the story. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. Writer says, like everybody's grandmother, he also had a grandmother who was very old. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. Means writer says, for 20 years he had been looked at her in the same gestures. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband, but that was hard to believe. It was very difficult to believe for the writer that, as people used to say, that his grandmother was in her youth, in the period of her youth, she was very pretty, attractive, and charming, and she was also married, and also had a husband. But it was very difficult for the Khushwant Singh, writer, to believe all these things. My grandmother's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. There was a portrait of the writer's grandfather also, and it was placed above the mantelpiece in the room, in the drawing room. What is the mantelpiece? Mantelpiece generally in the old houses, in old palaces, there is a fireplace that usually set in the drawing rooms. And so here in the story, the grandfather of writer's portrait was placed above the mantelpiece. He wore a big turban and loose fitting clothes. Means by the pictures that was placed above the mantelpiece, in that picture his grandfather had wore a big turban on his head and loose fittings clothes. His long white beard covered the base part of his chest, and he looked at least 100 years old. Means by gestures that was looking in the pictures to look that it was supposed by writer that his grandfather was too old, because he had grown a long beard, and for this beard all the parts of mostly the part of his chest had been covered. He did not look the sort of person who would have a wife or children. Means through the gestures of the portrait of the grandfather, no one could say that this person would ever had a wife or children. He looked as if he could only have a lots and lots of grandchildren. Means he was looking so terrible that anybody could say that this person only have lots and lots of children, grandchildren. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting, and so far to believe about the young and prettiness of the grandmother, it was very tough to believe. She often told us of games she used to play as a childhood. That seemed quite absurd and undignified on her part, and we treated it like the fables of the prophets she used to tell us. Means writer says that his grandmother used to tell us stories, playing games that she used to play in her childhood, but but the writer did not give much attention, much value to those things, because it was looking unvaluable to him. That's why he was just listening her stories like a prophet's stories. She had always been short and fat and slightly bent. Writer's grandmother was very short. She was a little bit fat and bent ahead, yeah, bent forward. Her face was crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere. Means the writer's grandmother was too old that there were wrinkles all over the face of her, and it was looking crisscross zigzags on the face. No, we were certain she had always been as we had known her. Means here writer says that he always saw her grandmother in a same gestures. That why it was very difficult to believe that she should have young, yeah, pretty. Old, so terribly old that she could not have even have grown older and had stayed at the same age for 20 years. Miss his grandmother was too old that no one could older than her, and it was looking that her age had been stopped at this had been stopped since 20 years. She could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. Writer says, yet yes, it may be possible that she may not be pretty, but she was very beautiful. Writer is saying this in the sense of behavior that her it may be possible, ऐसा हो सकता है कि दादी माँ pretty या charming ना हो, but by nature, but by behavior she was very beautiful. She hobbled about the house in spotless white with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop and the other telling the beads of her rosary. Miss Writer says that her grandmother was not sitting a minutes and always she active. She moving from one place to another in the houses, and she always wore spotless white dresses, and always she raised her and always she kept her hand on the waist to balance her stoop. Means she was bent forward, that's why to balance that she always kept her one hand on her waist and the other tailing the beads of her rosary, and in the other hand of the grandmother there was a beads मीन्स होता है मनके की मालाएं, जो जनरली जो लोग होते हैं वो काउंट करते रहते हैं, तुलसी की माला जिसको हम जनरली बोलते हैं. Her silver locks were scattered untidily over her pale puckered face and her lips constantly moved in unaudible prayers. Means grandmother's silver locks means here white hair that always scattered over her face, and always she was chanted something that was not listened by anybody. Yes, she was beautiful. Yes, by behavior, by nature, she was really very beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountains, an expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. Means grandmother was like a landscape in the mountains. You know, generally what happened in the hilly sides on the mountain, there is a calmness, there is a whiteness. That's whiteness, that peaceness, the symbol of the grandmother of the writers. Means राइटर की जो दादी माँ थी वो भी एक शांति की, एक अच्छे व्यवहार की एक वो सिंबल थी. My grandmother and I were good friends. My parents left me with her when she went to live in the city and we were constantly together. Here, writer says that the bond between him and her grandmother was very good. They were like good friends because writer's parents had settled in the city, that's why, and he was left to his grandmother in the village, क्योंकि राइटर के जो पेरेंट्स थे वो शहर में सेटल्ड हो गए थे, एंड ही वॉज स्टिल विथ हर विथ हिज ग्रैंड मदर. वो अभी भी अपनी दादी माँ के साथ गांव में ही था. शी यूज टू वेक मी अप इन द मॉर्निंग एंड गेट मी रेडी फॉर स्कूल. एंड जनरली वॉट वॉज द रूटीन ऑफ द राइटर्स ग्रैंड मदर? In the morning time, सुबह के समय, she woke up the writer and make him ready for the school. She said her morning prayer in a monotonous sing song while she bathed and dressed me in a hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. Means generally when grandmother in the morning get uh, ready to the writers, she always chanted a prayer, although it was monotonous, but she always chanted it in the hope, and she sang this song in and expected that I would listen and get to know it by heart, that the writer also would revise and would learn it by heart. I listened because I love her voice but never bothered to learn it. Although writer was listening her prayers, her the chanting, whatever she chanted, but she never tried to learn it at all. Then she would fetch my wooden slate, which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk, a tiny earthen ink pot and a red pen, tie them all in a bundle and hand it to me. And after bathing, did, what she used to do, she brought whatever requirement for the study in the school. She brought all those things as like yellow chalk, tiny earthen ink pot, and everything that is requirement of the writer in the school. Her grandmother pledged it all to him. After a breakfast of a thick stale chapatis with a little butter and sugar spread on it, and for the breakfast what she used to give, वो क्या देती थी, लेफ्ट ओवर चपातीस, बचे हुए रोटियां, thick, which was thick in size, applied a little bit butter on it and sugar. Then after this they went to school together. She carried several stale chapatis with her for the village dog, and while going to school together, his grandmother always carried some leftover chapatis to feed the stray dogs. So students, learn it, and the next paragraph will be covered in the next video.